Why you just?
Nah, go ahead. Go ahead.
What
Go
I'm
ahead.
saying is, right? Poole could have just put the hand up and like say, "Yo, back up a little bit." He had an aggressive shove. That was an aggressive shove.
Aggressive? You said he barely pushed him.
No. I said Draymond barely flew back. That's because Jordan Poole's weak.
Yo.
Not Poole, because Poole went flying back after the push.
All right, so what's your point?
Keep your hands to yourself. And all people talking.
So again, like I just said,
you and everyone else talking about some don't expect it from your teammates. Y'all are all soft. You put your hands on somebody, and no matter what fashion it is, at the end of the day, Draymond was just talking to him in his face. Poole could have walked away. Poole could have had someone come and break it up. What did Poole decide to do? To shove him. And you put your
if
hand,
someone gets in your personal
somebody.
space, you are not going to shove them. You are not going to shove
no,
them.
I am. But you know what I'm going to do after I shove them, I'm going to keep my eyes the fuck open.
Okay.
And I'm going to look and where the punch is going to come at. That's what I'm going to do. That's the thing. I'm not saying Jordan Poole was in the wrong. He wasn't. Draymond's in the wrong. But just because you're in the wrong, it don't make it a sucker punch. This voice sucker punch that one dude, Miguel Cotto, after Cotto headbutted him, and then they like dapped up, and then Floyd went and knocked him out. Was that a sucker punch by Floyd? Even though no, it wasn't. You want to know why? Because it was in between the bells. Just because you want to dap me up in the middle of a fight, don't mean I gotta dap you up. Just you shoved me. Just because you don't expect me to punch you, don't mean you shouldn't be keeping your head on a swivel.
Bro, this is such a bad take by you.
It's really not.
Like
Draymond is wrong, but it wasn't a sucker punch.
The minute Draymond came into Jordan Poole's personal space, that was strike one. That's strike one.
Thing. But if Draymond's getting in your personal space like that, do you not think, oh shit, he might actually want to fight?
If Draymond really wanted to fight, he would have punched him right there.
He did punch him.
No, before the push. The push.
Okay, but then it would have been more of a sucker punch in your eyes if he just punched him first.
But I'm saying if that's what he was really about, right? He's really about that, right? So why didn't he knock him out right there? I'm just saying in general. Forget is it a sucker punch or not? Because if niggas was really fighting like that, and if Draymond was dead ass, he would have punched him right then and there. But no, he's doing all this chat in his ear and all that bullshit. Why he's
doing the chatting?
Why?
Because he wants to let Jordan Poole know one's coming.
I don't know. I think.
But
if something was said that was that bad, or if he was that mad, he would have punched him off rip. But he didn't.
So you're okay, Bommel. A lot of times, someone says something, and then what happens? The person goes and they get in. What'd you say? Say it again, whatever. And they get in the
okay,
face,
so this is telling me that punch was solely because he got pushed.
No, not solely. It wasn't solely because of it. But here's the thing. I would actually be willing to bet, based on where Draymond was going over there, if he did not shove him, that punch wouldn't have happened. Draymond was irrationally upset over something that wasn't that big of a deal. It shouldn't have been that big of a deal, right? Draymond was in the wrong. He said it was whatever Draymond was upset about in his personal life that carried over, and then Jordan Poole ignited whatever. Draymond Green was in a badass mood. He was in the wrong for doing so. However, the shove is what gave Draymond the green light. You know what I'm saying?
To then be a bitch.
Look. So I've been in situations like that before. It was different, right? It was with some little Indian Arab dude saying the N-word at a bar and a pizza joint place after the bar. But he came in, called all of us a line, right? And he said the N-word, right? Now I'm just like, hey, yo.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm like, but like everyone's telling me like chill out, like other black people, other black people telling me to chill out, like, let it go, whatever, right?
Had that been reversed, it would have been a problem.
Yeah, right. White people tell me let it go, like, yo, what? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But they're telling me let it go, it's not worth it. Okay, all right, cool, whatever. Dude gets he cut in line, by the way, too, right? But like, whatever. I didn't care about him cutting, which is him, but he goes and he leaves. So I'm like, all right, I'm so irritated, but it's like let it go. He comes back in 2 minutes later. He goes, man, I'm drunk as fuck, right? And now me being the person I am, sometimes I can't help but say a little something. Nothing bad. I just looked at him. I go, we know. That's it. And he turns to me, looks at me. He goes, all right, nigga, and then gives me a little arm tap.
Oh
right?
shit!
and then I punched him. But the thing I didn't, but my thing, and I said, and I've said this religiously, and I've talked before in the situation. If he had just said, "I nigga," I probably would have like gotten his face and shoved him because now he keeps repeating the shit. Him touching me, when I tell you, it was an automatic like reaction. He goes, boom, pop. Like there wasn't like
off
a
rip.
Like, like him touching me just elicited the automatic, because for a lot of people, like contact, like especially when you're already mad enough to where you want to punch somebody, any bit of them touching you is enough of like, nah, I'm swinging. Because because I was already before trying to like not confront the dude. Then he goes and says it and taps me, boom, nah, punches don't. That's that. Like, you know, so I feel like, so that's why I really like for Draymond's situation is like, but because of that, and I know it's happened to me, I'm not the only person. So in theory, you got to understand, if you're gonna touch somebody, right? Not everyone's gonna, just because you feel like you have a right. For what's worth, Poole had a right to get Draymond out of his face. Poole wasn't in the wrong at all. In no way was Poole in the wrong. But you do have to understand, whether you're in the right or the wrong, you touch somebody, especially a shove that, like the way he shoved him. Not everyone's going to think rationally about it. Not everyone's going to be calm about it, right? Should I have punched that dude? No, because I could have gotten tased or whatever, right? But it just happened. Not everyone's going to be able to think clearly to stop that.
Yeah.
And that's why I say, if you put your hands on somebody, you have to be ready for it, because not everyone's going to, like, you're expecting everyone to handle it the way you would handle it, the way is the right way. But most people don't fight because of rational decisions. They fight over some shit that escalates, i.e. pushing somebody, and now you're getting punched. That's why I say, if you put your hands on somebody, you got to be prepared to handle that, to handle what comes afterwards.
Still a sucker punch, but
no, it's not.
Still a sucker punch.
Hey, man.
But, you know, defending yourself, trying to compare contrast, that may help your situation of your bad take.
It's not a bad take.
We'll let the people decide, though.
Man, yeah. I hope you appreciate this, because this is not a planned thing. He just snuckily started recording our speaking, privately recording our tapes.
Yep.
I know how Rachel Nichols feels now.
All right. Which, by the way, shout out to your brother Troy, man. He was not feeling my Rachel Nichols take at all, commenting on the page. Troy, if you're listening to this, I would like you to let me know if you watched that All the Smoke interview. Did you watch it?
No.
Yeah,
I let you take your word for it and said, "All right, that's what happened." I mean, again, I believe you enough to know that you wouldn't like,
because I still wasn't fully on her side. All I said was, I just, now that we're here, trying to right our wrongs. Now that we're right, I wasn't wrong, but you were wrong, bro. First off, now that we're here trying to right our wrongs, I was not taking her full side. I was just saying I can understand the situation a little more now.
Yeah,
but it was a good 20-minute interview to understand.
I still have to watch it, but I think it's a similar thing where it's like, just because I could understand like why she would feel away, the fact that that's the way she felt without being directly told that's what it was, right? Saying, you know, I get you want to have diversity, but don't take my job away. That is then implying that Maria Taylor only got it because she's Black, and that right there is a problem, because now you think the only way she could get that spot is because she's Black, not just because she's good at her job. Hence the like, why I feel like, even if that's how she, again, if she was told that verbatim, that's why, then now I more understand it to an extent. I still think it was a very dumb thing to say, and again, but you know,
again, her private conversation at the same time too. So
I don't know. Would you want, you know, if Hitler was alive, would you want to give him private conversation? Probably not. So, not comparing her to Hitler, but you know, definitely not doing that. Yeah. But
yo, all right. Well,
sometimes, hey man, these same private conversations can let people know in how you really feel about things. So even though it's
everything in the dark comes to light,
yeah, and everyone deserves their own privacy and stuff like that, but it's also like, now we know how you feel about us, even if you didn't mean to tell us.
Well, on that note, this is another video we got here.
I don't know what to call this.
We calling this Cameron's righting his wrong. That's what we calling this shit.
I'm not.
Make sure.
Also, by the way, before we end recording, I want all y'all to know earlier in the episode when Arnold was talking about
it's
a professional setting.
Yo.
He reneged on that and said, "Well, it's not. I mean, it's not like an actual professional setting." And it's like that's literally not what you said like 20 minutes ago. So I just want to let y'all know now. He's sitting here backtracking on his statements. His defense.
I stand tall on all my takes. I'll die on every take I have.
Because he takes from every which direction, so he can't be wrong. Because if one part of his take is wrong, then the other part of it is right. If he just switches up, it was professional. It wasn't professional. Which was it? Make up your mind.
I will. All right. You know what? It's okay to lose sometimes. It's okay.
I'm sure you're used to it, but I'm not gonna ever.
It's okay. It's okay. The people have spoken. That's
all
we
people,
got.
You
that's
and
all
your
we got.
Thank
you.
By
for,
the way,
thank you for
anyone who got a post from the Instagram page talking about we agree. There was no we. I just took the reins and knew, but now I'm gonna start commenting on the page on my own now.
Because if you don't comment, you don't get a say. So you better get a say. Get your say in before I get my say in. So again, thank you all for watching us, listening to us. Like, comment, subscribe.
Except if you disagree with me, then I don't thank you for nothing.
This is what happens when Cameron loses. Usually in a sore.
This is not a loss.
It's
not a loss. If you put your hands on somebody, you can't be mad at how they react, no matter what happens. Doesn't matter. Keep your hands to yourself. You won't get punched most of the time.
Thank y'all for tuning in. We'll see y'all sometime this week. We got what? I'm putting this shit out too. So there's 3 videos this week. I'm putting this shit out.
Go ahead and cut this shit.
Nah, I'm putting this shit out. You about to?
No, I'm not saying cut it out. I'm saying stop recording.
No. Peace.